Hey kiddos. Okay, so a lot of you told me that you are struggling with putting together a schedule for this time of distance learning, which, if you're keeping track, we have 7 weeks left. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to navigate it, and I'm also going to show you a schedule that I created that you could either print out or you can ask me for copies. If you don't have access to a printer, I will make sure that you get copies, okay? So the first thing that you need to realize is that school is still in session. We are not on spring break. We are not on summer break. It's not the weekend. So a lot of you are kind of taking the attitude that, wait, but we're not in school, so why are we having to do this? You are in school. This is the first thing that you need to figure out. You are in school. It's just you're learning from home. Okay, so that's the first thing. So once you realize school is still in session, okay, it's not summer, not yet, 7 weeks. So instead of focusing on, but I'm at home and I'm exhausted because we all know you went to sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning, you need to look at it from the positive side. Okay, you need to focus on the fact that because we are not in the physical building, okay, you have enough time between 9 a.m. and 3:50 p.m. when you would normally be in school to complete all of your schoolwork. And then at 3:50, you have the entire afternoon to do whatever it is that you want, whether that's play video games, whether it's go outside and ride your bike, get on social media, whatever it is. So you really need to start focusing on the fact that it is still a school day. Okay, normally instead of waking up at 6 or 7 in the morning, you can wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning, take 10 minutes to brush your teeth and comb your hair, and sit down in front of your computer and get to work. And when I go through the schedule with you, you'll see what I'm talking about. So it's really important that you get that straight, okay? The next thing that you need to get straight is you need to embrace video conferencing, okay? It's the only way we're going to see each other. I know that a lot of you are hesitant to be on video. You're very self-conscious. You feel like people are going to be judging you or that you don't look your best when you're on video. You need to get over it. It's as simple as that. I'm going to tell you, and I'm embarrassed to say it, but I wanted to start a YouTube channel like 2 years ago. I had everything in place, and I started recording content for my YouTube channel. And as soon as I started recording video, I noticed that I had this gap in my bottom teeth and that I had never seen before because I don't talk to myself in the mirror. And when I smile, it wasn't evident, so I didn't see it in pictures. When I started recording these videos, I saw that I had this huge gap. And I kid you not, that started an entire process where now I have a mouthful of braces because that gap is one of a couple different issues that I'm trying to fix in my mouth. I swear to you, were it not for the fact that I was creating YouTube videos, I wouldn't have braces right now. So I get it. I completely understand being self conscious and not wanting to put yourself out there. And I know that me telling you, well, we see you every day at school, you feel like you have a little more control over that. You don't. It's exactly the same. Trust me. So embrace it because the students that I have that have embraced it and who, they're wearing their hoodies, they're, whatever it is that they're doing their thing, but they're interacting with their classmates and they're getting to talk to their friends and they're getting to do those things um, that you guys are missing. Whether you believe it or not, you're missing it. So whenever I see, like, I have 2 or 3 classes where a lot of students show up for Zoom meetings and they turn on their cameras and they have a fantastic time and they're so happy to be talking to people. So you really need to just get over it. Trust me, get over it. You look great. And you know what? I don't wake up looking like this. I wake up half an hour before I need to get on my Zoom meetings. I make sure that my hair is combed, that I don't have crazy bedhead. I put on a top that's a nice color or that looks a little bit better than my pajama top. My pajama bottoms are still on, I assure you that, but not my pajama top. And I put on some makeup and I just try to make myself look as best as I possibly can for video. And I'm pretty sure that you guys aren't sitting at home judging me. At least I hope not. And if you are, oh well. So remember, we're not on break. This is a school day. I know it's difficult, but focus on the positive. Focus on the fact that if you schedule your time by 3:50, you're going to be done and you can do everything that you can. And let's be honest, you've watched almost all the shows that can be watched at this point, and you guys are getting bored. So you might as well just do your homework in a way that gives you as little anxiety as possible. Because what's happening is you're not following those rules, you're not taking into account that it's a weekday, you're not focusing on the positive, and you guys are really anxious about your schoolwork. And that doesn't have to be the case, okay? Embrace how you look on video. It is what it is. And there's a million different virtual backgrounds that you can use, okay? So I'm going to put the schedule on and I'm going to talk you through that now. Okay, so here's the schedule that I put together for you guys. And this is how it's going to work. First, you're going to enter the dates, okay? So, for example, this week would be the week of April 20th to the 24th, okay? So, up on here, you would write April 20th through April 24th, okay? This schedule here is not going to change. This is going to be the schedule from now until the end of the year, okay? Every Monday and every Wednesday, you're going to have period 1, 3, 5. Every Tuesday and Thursday, you're going to have 2, 4, 6. And Fridays are going to be open. So what does this mean that you have these periods? Basically, what it means is that your teacher for period 1 has the option to schedule his or her Zoom meeting from 9:25 to 10:25. So if you have math, or if you have me for civics period 1, okay? If I've sent you a notification that we are having a Zoom meeting on Monday for period 1 at 9:25, you go ahead and you put a little Y here for yes, okay? And that way you know, looking at your schedule, that on Monday and Wednesday, you're going to have a Zoom meeting with me, okay? So for me, you know already that I'm having a Zoom meeting every time that I'm able to on this calendar. So you can go ahead, if you have me for period 3, every week you can put Zoom, yes, okay? You will have those teachers that have Zoom meetings every week. You will have those teachers who never have Zoom meetings, and that's fine. But this is going to let you know, do I need to be camera ready at this time, okay? So let's just say that for Mondays, on your odd days, none of your teachers have a Zoom meeting scheduled. If you know, number one, every morning you need to log into the student portal to make sure that you're counted for attendance. So that should be the first thing you do. No matter what it is that you're going to tackle at 9:25, you should make sure that you're doing this so that you're counted for attendance. The next thing, see what you have for period 1. If no Zoom meeting is scheduled, write in here what assignments you need to do, and so you know that this is what you're working on, okay? Same thing for period 3. So put in an hour on whatever assignment you have for period 1. If you have something for period 3, at 10:30, move on to that, because you're going to get bored. Unless you only have 5 minutes left of whatever you had to do here, go ahead and finish it up. Then set a schedule where you move on to the work for this period, and then you move on to the work for period 5, okay? If you did not have Zoom meetings for any of these classes, you should be able to get a good deal of work done in those hours, okay? If you're focused on what you need to be doing. Around 12:30 to 1, you take a lunch break, you watch a half-hour show, you just take a little brain break, okay? From 1:30 to 3:30, if there was anything for these 3 periods that you have not finished yet, you go ahead and you can use that time to do it there. Okay? So then the next day, let's say your teacher for period 2 has a Zoom meeting and your teacher for period 6 has a Zoom meeting, but you don't have one for period 4. Okay? So again, you log into the student portal. You've made a notation here so you know on Monday night when you go to sleep whether or not you need to be up at 9 o'clock to make sure that you are Zoom ready for your period 2 class. Okay? When your teacher meets with you, he or she may assign something, so you can write the assignment in here, or maybe you've accessed that before or you're going to access it after. That's fine. When you get off of this Zoom call, you can see what you have to do for period 4. You write your assignments here and you get some work done. When 11:30 rolls around, you get ready for your period 6 Zoom call. You write down any assignments or anything that you need to do for that class. Same thing. Then you take a lunch break from 12:30 to 1:30. If you have anything left over from these classes that you didn't finish, put in a couple hours afterwards. At 3:30, call it a day. Okay? And this is when you start playing video games, going out and shooting a few hoops, riding your bike, doing whatever it is that you want to do. If there are any notes that you need to do, you can write them in here. Okay, and then you start again for the next day. This is going to help you keep track of all of your assignments. If you use your time wisely here, you should have a 3-day weekend every week. Okay, if for any reason you didn't get a chance to finish your work Monday through Thursday from 9:25 to 3:30, you can maybe schedule a few hours here. So maybe leave this empty until Thursday, and then you can write in whatever it is that you need to work on here. If you are managing your time wisely, you should have Saturday and Sunday completely free, which I know is not a huge consolation because there's nothing you can do. You're not going to the movies, you're not meeting up with your friends, but at least you know that you can rest your mind and you don't need to worry about what's coming up on Monday because you used your time wisely during the week and you did what you had to do. So I hope you found that schedule to be helpful. Remember, you can go ahead and print it out. I will send you the Word version if you want to type on it, but it will kind of move around a little bit. And if you don't have access to a printer and you think it'll help you, let me know. You all know how to reach me. You can send me a message through Remind Edmodo, or you can text me directly, and I will make sure to get some of those mailed out to you. Okay? So this is a fantastic time in history to pick up a hobby, to learn how to draw better, maybe learn a language. If you're a reader, you can always join my book club. So if you manage your time wisely, this can actually be a wonderful time. And the purpose is to eliminate any of that anxiety that you're feeling from distance learning. So there'll be plenty of time to sleep in the summer. Try to maintain a better schedule. I promise you, you're going to feel better if you do. And if you have any suggestions for me, if there's anything that I missed that you still need help with, let me know and we'll tackle it together. Okay? Hope this helps. Let me know if you need anything.